There's been some progress recently when it comes to the next farm bill. Joining us now is Jody Campiche, our ag policy specialist. And Jody, tell us kind of what the latest has been.
Well, as of last Friday, April 20th, the Senate actually passed their first version of the 2012 Farm Bill draft. And as at this point, the House hasn't passed a similar version, but it's moving forward. Today was actually supposed to be markup on this bill, but it actually got postponed, so probably be rescheduled later this week or next week.
And what are some of the changes that we could potentially see on this version?
So this version is somewhat similar to the version that we saw came up last fall with the super committee, and there are some changes between even this version and that version, and the one in particular is, so we're going to eliminate direct payments, countercyclical payments, and ACRE, the Average Crop Revenue Election Program. That was similar to the 2011 draft as well, but now there's a new ag risk coverage program, which would be a revenue program for our crop producers. And a key difference between this bill and the 2011 draft is that there's no price-only coverage at this point. In the 2008 Farm Bill, we have countercyclical payments, and countercyclical payments work on a target price. And a lot of our producers are very concerned about having that type of program in the next Farm Bill because we want to make sure we protect against low prices. So that's going to be a key issue that's up for debate when the House and the Senate, start hashing out the details of the bill.
And speaking of hashing it out, the House will come up with some sort of variation to address some of these same issues?
Right. As of right now, the House just finished voting on a reconciliation for the House budget resolution that came out. They were actually required to come up with $33 billion in cuts for that resolution. So they just finished doing that. Now they'll continue to hold some DC hearings over the Farm Bill, and that'll be throughout April. We're almost at the end of April, but the few in April and then towards the end of May. Once they get done with that, they'll likely come out with their own version of the Farm Bill, and then of course the House and Senate will have to work out all the details.
And it's my understanding we're at the very beginning of this process, and then also election year and some of those issues factor in as well?
Definitely. This is definitely the beginning of the process, and some of the, a very key point right now is that the Farm Bill actually expires September 30th of 2012. So we have two options. We either extend the current Farm Bill or we pass a new Farm Bill by September 30th. So there's also some issues if we just extend the current Farm Bill. We have 37 provisions that don't have funding past 2012. So if we just extend the Farm Bill, those 32 programs would just not be there anymore. So there's a lot of debate that's going to go on if we even just extend it or if we pass a new one. But we're getting into election season, so as we know, August, September, October is going to be big campaign season. A lot of times these bills may actually get pushed off until the new officials are elected. So at this point it's kind of hard to say what's going to happen, but there's some key issues that are going to have to take place in the next few months.
Okay, well, keep us posted and we'll have you back on to keep everybody informed.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Jody Campiche, thanks a lot.